Next on Worcester News tonight, a local college raising awareness during Sexual Assault Awareness Month with a unique display on campus. Plus, a fire destroys 2 homes in Millberry. The family was able to escape. We'll have the story. For joining us tonight, I'm Catherine Rioli. More on those stories in a minute. We begin tonight with a quick check of our weather. It's a damp night in central Massachusetts with heavy rains moving through the area. Take a look at this wet road conditions in Worcester. This is West Boylston Street, where drivers are experiencing a rainy commute in the city. The temperatures were in the mid-40s earlier tonight, and there is more rain on the way. Conditions have improved, but Worcester remains in a stage 1 drought. We'll have a complete check of the forecast coming up. Senators from across the state wrapped up the Commonwealth Conversations tour in Worcester Tuesday. The last stop on the tour was a public town hall meeting hosted at the Seven Hills Foundation. Residents of central Massachusetts were given the opportunity to speak to senators about any issue they wanted. Those in attendance say the meeting is a great opportunity to speak with their local legislators.
Group this year than last, and it just gives a lot of people the chance to speak instead of having to go to the State House.
We talk to legislators about the issue, but that's one-on-one, tugging around the State House. It's long and it's tedious, but here it's amazing to have so many senators in one place to listen to our issues. I think it's just amazing.
The tour was hosted by the state senators Harriet Chandler, Ann Goby, Ryan Fatman, Jen Flanagan, and Michael Moore. One of Tuesday's visits was to the Mass Academy for Math and Science. Junior and senior high school students presented projects one-on-one to lawmakers. Senator Michael Moore says he was impressed by their accomplishments.
One of them was showing me a blood pressure device that corresponds the blood pressure to the pulse rate. I think it's an example of what we have in Massachusetts, and that if we give the proper support to our students, that there's no barriers that we can't overcome.
And the most important part is having the students and the senators get a chance to have an exchange. The students are really the important part of this whole equation.
The school gets $1.4 million in state funding a year. Director of Mass Academy, Michael Barney, says their student success wouldn't be possible without the help from funding. UMass Medical School confirms they will lay off 65 employees from their Shrewsbury campus. UMass Medical says the layoffs are a result of the Commonwealth Medicine Division's expired contract with Mass Health. Mass Health has a new contract with Optum Government Solutions. It will begin on July 1st. Affected employees have the option to apply to this new company. The contract calls for Optum to support Mass Health services provided by more than 2,000 healthcare entities at an annual cost of $3.5 billion. A 3-alarm fire in Millberry heavily damages 2 homes on the same property Tuesday afternoon. The Millberry fire chief says some family members were inside but were able to escape the flames. Our Brittany Schaefer has the story.
Thick smoke and flames coming from 2 homes on Upton Street Tuesday. Jaylee Barbour was inside the home when the fire started and says she's happy everyone made it out safely.
It was really smoky and I couldn't breathe. I remember just trying to get my mom and my dog out.
Barbour says the fire appeared to have started in her bedroom.
All of a sudden we smelled something burning, and then we went in my room and my rug was on fire, and then I went to my bed, and then everything went out the window, and then it's caught on fire in my grandma's house.
The fire destroyed 2 homes, including the one belonging to Barbour's grandmother. She lived there for 37 years, and Barbour says she was heartbroken after hearing her home is gone.
She's in the hospital right now. She kind of just had a mental breakdown.
The fire reached a 3rd alarm, sending 3 additional departments to aid Millberry firefighters.
We had mutual aid from Grafton, Sutton, and Auburn at the scene. During the day, manpower is low. So we have a large call department, but a lot of people work during the day, so we all rely on one another.
It is an emotional day for the several family members displaced.
I'm just sad that my house is gone.
But neighbors say they'll be there to help.
Whatever I can do to help. It's just a great community to live in. People already brought them clothes and shoes.
Brittany Schaefer, Worcester News Tonight.
And Millberry's fire chief says the cause is under investigation and both homes appear to be a total loss. Turning now to Anna Maria College, raising awareness for sexual assault and hosting Denim Day. It's a nationwide movement encouraging people to wear jeans to raise awareness about sexual assault. Today, students and faculty had a table with a display of jeans and eye-raising statistics on sexual assault. It was part of a course at the school to bring awareness to the issues of sexual assault and promote healthy relationships. Tracy Casey is a licensed social worker who teaches the course. She says Denim Day is an important reminder that sexual violence happens everywhere and needs to be taken seriously.
100,000 registered sex offenders throughout the United States, and that's according to the Center for Missing and Exploited Children, and that number keeps increasing year after year. So I think the more that we talk about it, the more that we're somewhat able to hear it and observe it, that we're able to become aware of it and cause more prevention.
If you're having trouble finding a seat on the commuter rail, you may have to wait a few more weeks for the problem to be fixed. According to MBTA figures, Keolis, the company operating the commuter rail, has not provided the required number of coaches on weekday mornings since March 13th. A commuter on the Worcester-Framingham line today says he has noticed the crowded trains, especially in the morning.
At times between 7 and 9 in the morning, there's the peak time, and then 4 to 7, it is also a very busy time with the commuter rail. Sometimes, it's so overcrowded, sometimes you might have to stand. It can be very uncomfortable, especially if you're riding into Boston all the way. I've seen people standing.
Keolis says it will likely take about 3 more weeks to reach full capacity. Transit officials have blamed the shortage on a broken wheel repairing machine, which caused a maintenance backlog. A road race for fallen Auburn police officer Ronald Tarentino Jr. is set for this weekend. Organizers say the fundraising fun run has grown to something larger than they could ever imagine. Our Rosalind Flaherty has the story.
When Susan Rowland and her team thought of having a fun run to honor fallen Auburn police officer Ronald Tarantino Jr., she says she thought it would be small.
It was about 30 people, and it grew to much bigger than that.
Rowland says more than 1,000 people have signed up for the Tarantino Strong Road Race in Leicester Sunday. The 5K will start and finish at Leicester High School. Rowland says all the money raised will go towards the Ronald Tarantino Jr. Memorial Scholarship Fund.
They are offering scholarships to 2 people from Tewksbury, 2 from Leicester, and 2 from Auburn. And they don't necessarily need to be the best students. They just need to want to help out in their communities.
A number of places are sponsoring the run, including Eller's Restaurant. They say it's amazing to see how much the community has come together.
Officer Tarantino is a hero, and he represents to us what Auburn and Leicester stand for. Integrity, honesty, empathy, and strength.
Paul Sorrow's daughter will be running to show support.
No matter a tragic situation, that everybody can join together and, get something good out of this situation. Such a trying thing for the family, but if everybody pulls together, that unity will give strength.
The Tarantinos live in Leicester. Rowland says her kids are the same ages as Tarantino's and says the show of support is part of the police officer's legacy.
I think it just shows what an amazing person Ron was, and I hope that is showing a change back to where we respect and understand and appreciate what law enforcement does for us.
Rosalind Flaherty, Worcester News Tonight.
The city honors more than 300 of its volunteers tonight during a special ceremony at City Hall. City Manager Ed Augustus and Mayor Joseph Petty were among those honoring the 315 volunteers who contribute to the city of Worcester. Around 75 of those people attended a ceremony at City Hall chambers tonight. One by one, they were called up and received a special bag. Augustus says they are happy to honor those who dedicate their time to make Worcester a better place.
We literally could not run city government without these volunteers and their commitment to the city. So, it's just a nice way to say thank you to people who really are important to us as a city.